coast with powerful winds and rain. It's caused catastrophic damage in the Bahamas, where the death toll stands at 23 and is expected to rise. The worst devastation and loss of life is on the Abaco Islands, where it's estimated at least 70,000 people require aid. From there, Aline McBull sent this report.
This was one of the most popular resorts on these islands, torn apart by the brute strength of the storm. Tourists who tried to weather it have been left shell-shocked. But these were the sturdiest buildings in a place that wasn't even the worst hit. Elsewhere, the picture's even more desolate. Drive through Marsh Harbour a little down the road, and there's not a building in sight that hasn't sustained considerable damage. Well, this is where Hurricane Dorian made landfall, and those record-breaking wind speeds and ocean surges have left behind a surreal landscape of boats and vehicles and rooftops and kitchen appliances swirled in the air and flung across the land. And everyone here has a story of the terrors of Dorian.
The wind just had us fearful for our life. As one roof blowed off, we ran to another house, that blowed off. There were vehicles blowing in the background. It was just horrific. And to see the devastation now with all the bodies laying around, I feel that God has turned his back on the beautiful island of Abaco.
Many of the dead have now been taken away, but in the heat remains the unmistakable smell of death that suggests there are many more bodies to be found. For those who survived, the situation is desperate. Until a few days ago, many hundreds had lived in a huge shantytown here. There are few signs of the structures they lived in anymore.
No house, no food, no water, so I think people no life, you see, for me too.
Aid is starting to get to some places, but the needs are massive, and the hurricane turned upside down the lives of so many. Aline McBull, BBC News, on the Abaco Islands of the Bahamas.
Grim situation indeed. Let's have a quick look at some of the other news today. And